What the banks are not telling you is that despite all the supposed financial education they pass around, they do not necessarily want you to be financially free. How do we know? Look around and see whether more people are getting in or out of debt.
Take a look around.
The following are the reasons why the big banks really will like for you to keep coming back for loans. The first reason why banks don't want you to go debt-free is that anytime you take a loan, new money is created. As people borrow more new money comes into circulation, giving the impression that the economy is doing well. When a debt goes up, so does the amount of money, but when you pay down your debt, money disappears from the economy. Most of the money around the world is created by banks in the form of deposits, with physical cash constituting only 3%. Not many people know that banks like it, especially when you owe. A survey conducted in Britain showed that 84% of British lawmakers do not know that banks create money anytime a loan is taken out. Pumping money into the economy may not always be favorable for citizens, and in a bit, we'll tell why the banks make it a point for you to be in debt so they can deal with the situation. The second reason why banks don't want you to go debt-free is because a recession in the economy is likely to happen if debts are reduced. For every pound of money in the economy, there will be a pound of debt.
Found it all around about.
It is almost impossible to reduce our debts without causing a recession. Then again, there is the issue of interest rates. Inflation generally occurs when there is growth in the supply of money in the economy. When there is an increase in the prices of goods and services, you are likely to have inflation occurring. Now, what governments do to handle situations like that is to increase interest rates on loans and deposits, to reduce the borrowing percentage of people and increase savings and deposits. Doing this reduces the money in circulation and hence controls inflation. While higher interest rates can be a good way of checking inflation in the economy, banks also take the opportunity to charge fees which are used for maintenance. We'll soon tell you more about banking fees. In the meanwhile, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Investment debt and consumption loans are also one of the reasons why banks do not want you to go debt-free. Besides, the banks are out looking for your interest as well. An investment debt occurs when, for instance, an entrepreneur opts for a business loan to maintain the cash flow of his business, pay his staff, and buy materials for the business. More goods are produced and services offered as a result of the business. The economy is also boosted aside from the profit that the owner is likely to make. With consumption loans, the utilization obligation shifts from future utilization to the present. A personal loan is a classical example of a consumption loan. Here, the individual takes an advance from the bank and utilizes it in the present with the promise to pay it back in the future with interest. Since future utilization has been utilized at present, the individual needs to make up for it by offering future efficiency. Also, banks charge fees to help make profits. Some big banks like the U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo, and others make things like payday loans available for low-income consumers, and they usually come with high fees and charges. Bank of America's e-banking account holders are charged about $9 a month for the opportunity to make transactions via a human being. The most common bank fees are monthly service or maintenance fees charged on your savings account. Many banks also have a minimum balance fee charged on an account, as well as other fees like ATM cash withdrawal fees, debit card transaction fees, lost card fees, foreign transaction fees, and wire transfer fees. These fees that banks charge can be relatively high and difficult for people to pay. They, however, need to make money as well. Nancy Bush, a bank analyst, puts it this way: it goes back to the way some people have viewed banking. They treat banking like an electric utility where if you flip the switch, it has to be there for you. But the truth is, banking is a business that aims to make profit for shareholders. Banks inevitably don't want you to go debt-free because not only is it bad for business, but the economy as well. Banks have their reasons for keeping you in debt, and whether or not these reasons are positive, they affect you somehow. That is why we recommend that you check out our video on how to go debt-free without losing yourself. We are glad to have come your way. Catch you next time.